Hi, Kim.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, everyone.
It's Kim and Jill here with One Harmonic Whole.
And we're back.
We're
Yeah.
back.
We had a few weeks off there.
That seems to be the theme. There might
Yeah.
be some more weeks off
Ooh.
since you brought it up.
Yeah.
It's coming into summer here.
And it gets busy. Everybody's
Very
got a
busy.
lot of things going on in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of vacations. People are just, they're busy. Graduations, weddings, birthdays. Like, it's just like everything in the summer.
Yeah.
Especially in our area, we jam pack everything.
Yes.
In the summertime.
Yeah. Gets a little wild. And so we think we're going to go ahead and take a little hiatus for the summer.
Yeah.
We're hesitating because that's the plan right now. You never know. We might throw a surprise one in there. But there you go. But for that does not change what we're here doing for today.
Right.
Today's an interesting kickoff theme anyway. We're not exactly sure where this one's going to go, but we've been picking up on some very interesting information on the right side of our bodies, of people's bodies, I should say, not just ours. But
yep, it's been a lot of right-sided energy. You can call it, like, we've had physical pain, we've had just little stings, jabs, like off balance on the right side.
I was very specifically describing to Kim a sting that I had yesterday, like on the right side of my body, literally the side body, not the back, not the stomach, but the side body. It did kind of spray over to the stomach, and what would that be, like the mid lower back, I guess. And it hurt. I mean, I'm just in my kitchen doing my thing, and there's this sting, and like it stops me, and I just like more or less yelled at the universe, like, stop it. That hurts. Yeah. And it did stop instantly. That one did stop, like just like that. It was gone. I was like, you got my attention.
You got my attention. Yeah, just weird right stuff, weird knee pain. A lot of people with just weird knee pain, foot injuries, ankle injuries. I've seen too, really? Like just odd things. And as we were talking, I was getting some pains in my hip, right hip. Then it would go into like the chest. Then it's in my head, weird spots in my head and my neck. I've been personally having some neck issues on my right side that normally would go away with some of my tricks that I use. And it's been lingering on.
Yeah, I was going to say it's kind of like an unusual neck thing for you, because while you might have had this in the past, you cleared it out pretty quick.
Yeah.
This one's like, nope.
I'm going to stay there. So then, of course, what do I do?
That's why I'm laughing, because I know a few of the things that Kim did here. Kim's like, oh, you're going to stay? We'll see about that.
Yeah. I did beat up my neck. Mm-hmm. I literally took like one of those massage guns that are like the guns that they pound. Yeah, I did that to my neck.
Yeah.
I'll tell everybody, don't do that.
Yeah, because she added another layer of pain on top of a layer of pain.
May create a little tissue damage going on there, but hey.
Yeah. Take away on that one. Don't do that.
I would do some things like that just to, it's like sometimes a distraction. And I think that's what we've been doing so much in our world, is using distraction tools to take away this like sense of knowing, like our body's trying to speak to us. Like as you're moving forward, right side's about moving forward. It's about the outlook on life, the outward look of things. And that's society, that is money, that is jobs, careers, like things that are not internal. It's more the external, how you perceive the external world around you. Mm-hmm. And I think the reason why things are hanging out right now is because we're not the old ways. Your body's trying to say that doesn't work anymore. You're trying to change. You're trying to do all this healthy stuff. You're trying to think better. You're trying to like have all these positive attitudes, but yet you still continue to follow the same patterns. And it's like, I'm going to stay with you now until you change that.
Yeah, and it's a little, I'm taking a deep in breath here
Yeah.
going, oh my God, because that
Ooh.
what's going on inside of us, our internal values, what, our deepest heart desires, on and on it goes,
Yep.
that thing that you've had inside of you since you were a little kid that you've wanted to be or do that you just keep so buried. Those things are in there, and yet there's like this stuck. We don't know how to move them out through that right side into the
Ooh.
world. And I just take a deep breath,
Oh.
because so many of us are like, I don't know what to do.
Yep.
I I
That is
don't
the pain. That, like, I could
that's
feel it creep up in
can
my
you
body.
I know, that's why I
Yes.
took a deep breath, because I was like,
Oh.
oh my goodness, I feel it actually like in jaw,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
clenching, because there's this I don't know, and then this instant clenching of that, holding back. And so this tension between what's in us and what we want to be. I'm using my right hand as I'm
What we
going
want, what we're trying
forward.
to express out.
Yeah, what we're
Yep.
trying to express out.
Yep. And it's not matching what society, what you have followed the path of society. You've paid your bills on time. You've done the right thing.
Yeah.
And I put that in quotes. And then I I did everything correct. I did everything they told me to do, but I still am suffering. Oh, I took all the right pills. Oh, I did all blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But did you really listen with your heart? Did you really follow through with your heart? Yeah.
And if I'm thinking, quite honestly, most of us didn't, because we were taught through what we saw and felt and experienced at the time as love to not listen to what was really in our heart, to do those things that we should do.
Yeah.
Here's what you need to do. That the world would be in chaos if everyone followed their heart. And here we are in a world
Yep.
in chaos, and people
Yep.
aren't following their heart.
Correct.
So
Yep. Yep.
my point of sharing that, though, is if you didn't follow your heart, no shame, no nothing. There's a ton of us in that same boat.
Yep.
Sitting here going, not only did I not follow my heart, I kind of don't even know what's really in my heart. I'm so far away from it. It's so buried under layers of life, of experiences, someone might be saying, I don't remember what I wanted when I was 4. Here I am, like I'm faced with bills and this and kids doing this and life doing this, that I don't even have time to think about everything in my life right now, much less, contemplate what did I really want when I was a child, and how do I get back to that? Like, that feels impossible.
Yep. It does. And we sit there and go back to, say, the age of 4. And I'm literally at that moment right now. Like, energetically, I'm at the age of 4. And I could see myself running around playing and not having really a care of the world. Like, food's just there. My mom's making food. She's not telling me how she struggled to get the food, how much she paid to get the food, like, and that she had to, like, spend extra time cleaning, say, this chicken. She's not telling me any of that information. It's just, that's kind of like what you did, and there was love. It's very hard to explain. Like, a lot of you would be able to tune into that 4 or 5 year old little version of yourself and be like, yeah, or you just didn't hear it. It was just not part of your your mindset at the moment. Like, I don't need to hear that, I'm fine. And you're playing with your dolls, you're playing with your
It's
trucks.
very magical in a way, isn't
Yeah.
it? But it wasn't just magical, like fantasy magical, because Kim, you're describing your experience.
And I'm even remembering in the kitchen, like, stirring a bowl, like, actually being able, it was fun to help in the kitchen. It was actually fun to make things. Okay. So it's like your parents gave you, like, oh, we have to get this done. It's like, oh, I want to help. But you look at now, oh my gosh, nobody wants to do that anymore.
Well,
it's not fun no more.
It's right.
The fun of the,
I kind of think that the right side of our bodies hurts so much because our next move is so lacking in fun,
Yep.
or enjoyment, or love, or what I would kind of call the juice of life.
Yep. At 5 years old, you go to school. Boom. And we're at that stage now.
Oh, this is such a downer, all of this. I'm just holding my head.
And we think, oh, school's going to be so much fun. And then you go there and you get told, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, stay in the lines. You can't color outside the lines because then you're not going to get an A. You have to, like, yep.
And we very much lose that magic of life.
Yep.
As we matriculate through school. And then one of my least, oh my God, thinking about this word, my stomach is just gross. It's like my least favorite word. I think it might be my all-time least favorite one, adulting. I am just like gross. Yeah. Because it focuses on, it takes our attention onto all of the hardships, all of the difficulties. Like,
yes,
you're not the magic, that little kid's so excited to be stirring the bowl. And your mom's not, pouring out energy and emotion onto you about, worried about this. She's, you have a chicken and you're making dinner that night, and life in that moment is really good. All of these other things are not spilling into that moment. And to me, that's what adulting means. It's not being responsible and living your life as supposedly it's supposed to mean. It's like, what adults do? They deal with all of these difficult things that are always all around us. And then they also spill it all out onto, isn't it gross?
Yep.
Anyway, that's what I think is the hidden meaning of adulting. Yeah. And it's why, in part, we really don't want to take those steps forward. We don't know the next move. Because the moves that we've been taught, not only through school, but just kind of where society has ended up, there's so much of it that's really just, the word I have is unfun. We're not a little 4-year-old Kim stirring a bowl and just loving life.
Right?
I mean, was that fun? I think it was fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't the stirring of the bowl that was fun. It was that you loved life. You were literally in love with life and living for real in that moment.
And I know some of you listening probably didn't get that experience or have a hard time even remembering a good experience in childhood. I've had a lot of, we all have different experiences in childhood or in life. I can't even say childhood, in life. But I'm really try to find at least one moment during your lifetime that you can remember where you just were doing things and actually enjoying it.
Finding a magical moment.
Yeah.
Everyone had a few, at the very least. Quite honestly, we've probably had far more than a few. It's that, though, again, we live in kind of an unfun world right now. There's not a lot of encouragement to remember those things.
No.
So,
so if we find one, we're going to, somehow this transpires into the right side of the body. And the right side of the body, again, is looking outwards on like the perceptions of adulting.
Don't use that word.
It's that, and how right now a lot of us are trying to find the fun and trying to be in the positivity of what's happening in a world that we don't know what's going to happen. We can't see the future. And some people, it's frightening, super frightening to not know what's going to be around the next corner, not know what the gas prices are going to be next week.
Not know when AI is going to take over the world. I mean, we're laughing because there are a lot of deep unknowns, and they are kind of bizarre and funny when you get a big enough perspective. But when you're in the middle of them, they're not funny. So the laughter does help break up that energy a little bit, where it's not quite so overwhelming.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So even if you're not, say, worried about some of that stuff and you're trying to go with the flow, but you have some weird things happening on the right side of your body, like, I think I'm pretty good at trying to go with the flow personally, but I've had this like right neck pain. So that tells me that there is something deep within me that I'm still not completely aligning with, say, what society, what the world says, and what my heart is really saying. There's something that's really not jiving the way. So your neck, there's this information coming from down below, say in your physical body, and then I'm going to go to the head. I'm going to say the energetic body, the thoughts, the mental, spiritual connection, however you want to define that. Okay, so that's coming through, and what the physical world, it like connects at the head, the top of the neck, and that's where my issue is going on. And it might be a different spot for you guys. I'm just picking on myself right here, and I could feel it like in my head, like a dull, achy pain. And sometimes if I turn my neck, then there's like a little zing, um, in like my top vertebrae going into my right ear area. But I hear that doesn't matter. What matters is that is where there's a congestion piece going on right there. So what my thoughts are not aligning with what the physical world, because I'm going to assume my body is more like a physical vessel, down to earth, being grounded, and what my thoughts above me, say my magical thoughts and my intuitive thoughts and my imaginary friends, and like um, all the fun side, the fun memories, okay? And that's just like the memory of stirring that bowl and like just having fun stirring. Like I want to help. I want to help. And then society, it's like there's a stuck piece in there. And what I get is I'm trying to turn over an old car, like vroom, 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 and sometimes you got to give a little gas to get those old cars going. Um, and it's like that's what I hear, like the clicking, like I'm trying to,
a gas car.
Yeah. Yes. I'm trying to get it to like click over, and it's like it's about embracing those gas cars are going away.
It's funny how that's where our story came to, Kim, because
Yeah.
I know in the past I've shared the invention of the car brought an overlap of a time period of an overlap between horses and the automobile, the combustion engine. And there was a lot of fear around that. And it historically, like we'll look at it and go, okay, so like there was the era with horses and then there was the era with cars. But there was this big overlap period. Mm-hmm. And we're in one of those.
Yes.
And it's change and it's unknown. And so we don't know our next move.
We don't.
And we have all this training to like follow the rules and do what we should. But that hasn't worked. And there's a lot of chaos and confusion because it's wild, the experience so many of us are having today. And I think one of the things that's calming is to realize that those people in the past who were living with horses and cars and that overlap period, we are their future.
Yeah.
And so many amazing, cool things have really changed in the world. And then some that aren't so cool too, but that.
And what I want to get out of this is there's this whole investing. Where do I invest my time? Where am I supposed to invest my energy? So if I look back to, say, the horses and the cars being made, like do I continue to invest in the horses? The horses are like powerful. Like they are very loyal, they're liable. Then again, sometimes they're not. I could see some of them having a little horsey hissy fit over there.
They have personality too.
Yes.
So yes, a horsey hissy fit. I like that.
But it's like in that moment, people had to figure out where to invest their energy, their money, their time. It was a big shift in what I call investments. Okay. So this is weird. So right now, there's also people that are wanting, where should I invest my money? Should I invest in stocks right now? Should I actually like invest it in this company? Should I invest? There's a lot about investing, like who's going to be the better one? What's going to be the right choice investing? And what I get is, don't invest in the external, invest in the internal.
Yeah. And the questions around investing make sense to me because with the shift with AI,
Yep.
there's going to be a transfer of wealth. With the shift of an economy from horses to cars, there was
Yep.
a tremendous shift of wealth.
Yep.
And it's just one piece of the change, but we're very like, especially in the United States, very money focused. And, that's where I think the investing piece is coming from, is because people are tuned in. If you're tuning into that, you are correct. There's a massive shift in wealth.
Yep.
Now, if wealth is your thing, this is not the podcast for you, because we're not going to, because we're not going to go into, say, investing in the next wealth transfer and how to do that.
Right.
If you want to do it, sure, someone's talking about it. Wealth is awesome. Money is awesome.
Yes.
I think, though, Kim, I would come back to what you were saying, and that then the internal investment,
yep,
I'm going to call it inner peace.
Yep.
And quite honestly, if you line up living the rest of your life with inner peace, compare that to monetary wealth. We're talking to the people who understand that inner peace is a wealth that far exceeds any wealth you could ever create in terms of monetary value.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not dissing monetary. There's nothing wrong with it. But there is when it's above inner peace. There is an issue with anything when it's above your inner wellness, your inner state of being. And that's why I think we can't find our next move, because we've been so trained that our next move is that external thing.
Yep.
What will it get you? Will it bring you wealth? Will it bring you career? Will it make all of your dreams come true? Which I'm going to challenge most people, dig into those dreams come true, because people think that, I don't know, releasing all financial issues will bring them happiness, as Kim is shaking her head. No. Well, happiness brings wealth that is beyond measure, in the sense of the money you have, even it's more than enough. It's incredible. It's like we have things. Mm-hmm. The wiring inside of us is like backwards.
I had the pleasure of going to a person's home recently to do some services there. And when I drove up to the
health wellness services.
Yep, health wellness services. Yes. So I'm not going to, say exactly what I did or anything like that. But so I pull up to this home, and it was an older home, and I could have judged. I could have been like, ooh, all this stuff, like maybe they can't pay me, maybe they don't have enough money because of what I'm seeing on the outside. But I also know the reason why I'm going there. And I know that, they need help, and they probably physically can't be doing all this external work on the home at this moment. Okay. So there's like these, like, okay, our society says to judge. Look at the outside of the home. Look at the outside of the book, or look at this. And
again, hold that thought just for a minute. Talk about judging in school.
Yeah,
stand in line. That starts with, and again, these aren't necessarily bad things, but the training is deep,
very deep. Yeah, and so I want but I was in my intuitive healer type mode, so I didn't see that. But my ego side easily wanted to come in there. And I was just like, I pushed the ego off to the side, like, no, stop. So I go up, and I walk in this home, and it's an older style home. And it actually reminded me of one of my homes I lived in like a long time ago when I was a little kid, probably like the 4-year-old person. And I walked in, and the energy in this place felt amazing. It felt home, felt peaceful. Was it this glorious open home house and all these like fancy things? No, it was lived in. It was loved. It was so amazing to be in that space. And the people in this house were super grateful. And they had what to them was very beautiful and honorable. And they had the things that they absolutely loved in there. So it was fun hearing stories. But I didn't feel an ounce of pain when I was in that house. My neck actually felt perfectly fine when I was in that home. um, they were living through their heart. They were not living by what society says they should be doing. They honored society, as in they did follow some of the, say, Western medicine. Okay.
Right.
But there was a balance.
Yeah.
And they learned in their lifetime how to balance things in their life. What is the most important? They're following their heart. And you could feel that off of them.
Yeah.
The next person.
And our world's in large part that we live in now, you start going out into the world and telling people you're going to follow your heart and do what you love. And what follows that real quickly tends to be, if it's not judgment, it can be ridicule.
Yeah.
Or picket. Like we just have been really brought into a fairly low vibration.
Yeah.
What you stepped into in that house, even though it didn't look great on the outside in some ways,
right?
Which you understood because there is some physical limitation, it sounds like, going on. Inside, there was a home, there was heart, there was, I mean, must have been medicine because your pain went away.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Life as medicine. Could you imagine?
Right. Right.
And again, back to this right side, like we are so in the opposite of life as medicine that we don't even know the next move, the next step. And there's nothing wrong with us. It's such a beautiful, like, wake up. It's such a beautiful guidance to say, let's make life like medicine again. Yeah. Let's have those magical moments. Let's live from the heart. Let's redefine really, or expand the definition, I guess. We don't have to redefine. Let's expand the definition of wealth.
Yeah. But like, how do I do that? Like, okay, I got this bill due tomorrow and then I have to go here yet. And these have to get done now. Like, how do I love doing this? No. Is this part of my heart? No. That's what people do. They do.
I know. So, it's a great question, because how do I do this? That, as you called, Kim, that ego side that was trying to sneak into your experience there, the ego side sneaks in. And it's like, there's no way to do this. I won't have enough time. I won't have this. And I call BS on all of that. Like, I would say it comes down to about, at this stage, if any one of us could dedicate 15 minutes of our day, I think that would be like a seismic shift in our world. If we would do that every day, say for the summer.
Yeah. Yep.
And sometimes it's just, I don't know. There's so many different ways to do this, but the what to do is 15 minutes, 15-minute throughout the day, 3 5s, whatever is conducive to you, one solid 15-minute. I think it's going to that internal, like you said, Kim, withdrawing from all the external stuff, even withdrawing from your right side that's trying so hard to find that, that next right move, and going really within.
Yep. I got an image of a box that was pulled off a shelf this weekend of an old Barbie car that I had. I got the image in my head.
So wait a second, you have the Barbie car box, but no car?
The car's in the box.
Okay.
Yes. And how I was like, that's where that went. And all the memories of playing with that Barbie car. And I still have it. I'm almost 47 years old, and I have this Barbie car yet because it was so cool.
That was a big deal back then.
It was. I still have this car. And just the memories of having fun just pushing that car around. That's the 15 minutes a day. That's the, like,
remembering things that really, I called them magical moments.
Yep.
And remembering the experience of it and what it felt like. And it might be really, really quiet at first.
Yeah.
But the more and more you do something along these lines and practice it, the stronger those experiences will probably become. Or perhaps they'll just pop through real strong right away, because we are kind of like dying of thirst for those kinds of.
Yes. Yep. And that, it's like a brain retrainment. When you're doing this, you're retraining the brain to be opening up the doorways, the possibilities, instead of thinking like, oh, that doesn't look good, that doesn't good. It looks at the possibilities now of like, oh, what? Oh, is there excitement behind the door? Oh, what fun thing is behind that door? Instead of the, oh, I have to pay a bill. It goes into like, oh, it's just a bill. Okay, it's done.
And I mean, let's, in the past I'd heard with paying bills, this kind of a thing, change of attitude with it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got to pay that bill. I mean, okay. Or you could sit there too and just look at all, like the way that I had heard it was like change your attitude around it. What does that thing do for you if you're paying your electric bill?
Right.
To be grateful for all the things electricity does, so on.
Yeah.
And pay from that space.
Yes.
You could do that. Or you could sit and dig through all of the memories of all the times you paid bills. Because I remember like the first time, oh my God, the excitement in your first apartment, the fear and excitement of paying an electric bill.
Yeah.
And the thrill of being able to pay that bill. Or
yeah.
Anyway, there's like I think it's more than, I think the mindset shift is a little not helpful any longer. Like the mindset of just saying, oh, I'm going to move into being grateful for this electricity. I think we need to move into that full body,
childlike experience of it, something being new.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh.
The thrill of it.
Yeah.
Where emotions weren't so defined either, because when you're paying your first bill, it's a mix of emotions.
Yep.
It's both and all at the same time. It's like, it's exciting and it's scary as shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just think that's more of like a full life on experience of it. And like you said, it's definitely very, has a childlike vibration in it. And childlike is Kim at 4 years old, thrilled beyond thrilled to be stirring some stuff in a bowl. Mm-hmm. Not worried about what else is going on, not thinking about her future. Who's she going to be? What's her next move?
Yeah. We're just in the moment. Yep. Oh my God. I can literally go back to that moment again in my head. These are like memories that I don't know if I would be able to remember, because they're so, to me, like mundane. It wasn't anything big happening in the moment. It's just stirring a bowl. You wouldn't think in that moment. So today, us sitting here, you wouldn't think that this is such a huge moment.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, well, we did this podcast, da 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 da. And then say we're 90 years old. They're like, oh my gosh, I do remember that. Blah, blah. Like, wow, I didn't think it'd be such a big deal. Like, I kind of forgot about it, because it's the energy is peaceful. And then I get pulled back to this little kid. This is what my energy does. It's like all over the place sometimes. Back to this little kid, and I'm like sitting there storing my bowl, and something about the underwear I was wearing too at the moment. There's something about the underwear. I could see like a dress, but the underwear, I had to wear a certain one. I had to have a little symbol in the front, like these white little underwear with this little symbol. And I want to say it was like strawberry shortcake or something like that.
And you loved it.
Yes. So it was so basic that it was like, it makes you feel powerful. Like little kids with the Superman, like when Superman came out, like you felt like a little bit of childlike energy. Like it's fun.
Yeah.
Somebody recently, her husband went and bought, she knew he was going to buy something, but he was super giddy. She's like, what'd you buy? Oh, nothing. And she's like, well, I know you bought something. You're buying something. Because the childlike energy inside of him comes out. He bought a big dump truck.
And he was a kid, yes. Kid over the dump truck.
Yes.
Yep. His toy, it was his Barbie.
Yes.
He probably played with dump trucks when he was a kid, and now he has one for real.
Yes. And it was just like, he was in the moment. He was living life.
Yes.
It wasn't about the money.
It wasn't about the money or the thing. He was in alignment with this thing inside of him.
Yes.
It's probably a dream he carried with him from when he was real little.
Yeah.
And it's now being expressed outside. And it's the connection, the alignment between the two that is that childlike magic moment of like feeling alive.
Yeah.
That's, it's funny because as I sit here, I can see all of these doors opening for you of remembering peaceful moments for yourself and others.
Yeah.
And I just want to come back to that. And I think that's like the adulting thing. Adulting does not include, let's look for the peaceful, magical moments.
Correct. Pay your bill on time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm going to say we're all knocking that out of the park. We know how to do that. And if you don't know how to do it, there's plenty of resources around to learn how to do it. I do think it's time for us to learn or relearn how to really align with that. Those peaceful moments, those joy in here and now. I want to go to strawberry shortcake underwear.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, right?
Because that joy of that's why I hesitated to say, like, that sounds weird. And like, it's not weird at all, because it's the joy that you felt and experienced in that moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The peacefulness of it.
And it was great until we let somebody come in and dictate, like, oh, you shouldn't be wearing those anymore. That's not cool. And we let society come in, and it's like, I feel like everybody's putting their hand up now, their right hand, especially right hand.
Okay.
They're putting their right hand in and they're saying, stop.
I just cannot take any more things coming at me. I can't take more criticism. I can't take more rules. I can't take more ways of how I have to remember my childhood and then solve it.
Yep.
There's just a big stop.
Mm-hmm. If you've listened to podcasts that we've had, I mentioned the movie The Matrix a lot. And that moment where I think it was the first, I want to say it was the first one. There's a lot of them. Where Neo put up his hand. He got all these bullets coming at him, and he put up his hand, and all of a sudden he's just like stop. Like, he had no feeling. He's just like, what's happening? What's going on? Like, really? And like looking at these bullets, and they just drop.
And I believe you're right. I believe it's the first one. It's a scene, you'll be able to find it.
Yeah. And that's like the
clip.
Image I'm getting in my head is, this is what people we're doing at this moment. The right side is just to literally all this stuff coming at us.
So this pain, this discomfort on the right side is because we are trying to, we're bringing in the shoulds. This is what I should do. This is what I've been told. This is, and trying to go that next step. And literally, it really is a stop. Go in, spend the 15 minutes, know that it's going to be a little bit, I want to use the word slightly terrifying.
Yeah.
That's inviting now, isn't it?
I can't find anything. I can't, like, what am I supposed to think of?
That and finding something inside is, because we have to go through that.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to have to let go of those bullets coming at us. As much as we want them to stop, we're very, very used to them.
Yeah.
And we're kind of attached to them.
Well, I should look at this way. I should find this. Yeah. Yep.
And so it might probably be a little scary at first, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this we're coming up almost to June. So at least, for the next month or so through June, just spend that 15 minutes tapping into peacefulness, tapping into joy, tapping into childlike.
Look at images. I feel like I'm looking through photo albums, or even on my phone, looking at past photos, not on Facebook, not on TikTok. I'm looking at my photos and some of those cool pictures that I took and the moments in that. Like, why did I take that photo? Like, that was fun. Like, I enjoyed that moment.
The thing about photos and such on social media is that they mostly have a vibration of external. They've been put out there to go out to show others.
Yeah.
These photos that you're talking about were family photos and experiences that were then put into an album, and they were internal. They were in the heart.
Yes.
Like that house you described.
Yeah.
So that's what we're really encouraging people to do, is go into that internal world space, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
Photos, memories.
Pulling out some old child toys stored in a box.
Yeah, reminiscing.
Yeah. These are really good things that people tend to do before they pass away. No. You think of when they're like on hospice and all these people bring out these photo memories. Oh, do you remember this memory? Do you remember that? And it's like, why do we have to wait till we're almost dead to be in that experience of joy and peace? No.
Let's
be it now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
It's planting a seed of some sort.
It is.
It seems pretty.
The right side's getting better, I will admit.
Is it lightening up?
Yeah, I'm not getting the weird tinges throughout the right side now. I mean, my neck is mine.
Yeah.
I will take that. I will accept that. But the other feelings I was getting as we were tapping into everyone else that's listening, that's lightening up. So good job.
Yeah. And there's I get a piece of trust in there. Like that initial ego side of you, as you described it earlier, may like flip out in a like panic attack, terror. I'm gonna like, because it's change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's where I think there's a element of trust in here, where you just go real deep inside you and just go, I'm gonna trust this. I'm trust that. It's you talk yourself through it, because if you logically talk yourself through it, it'll start to seem kind of silly. I'm gonna trust that going into happy memories as a child is an okay thing for me to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, that gets kind of comical, doesn't it? As you say it out, like, well, yeah, of course. Right. Well, I think what we don't trust initially is that we're going to go into memories. We kind of don't trust that we're going to go into the good ones, and for good reason, because we've been going into the not so happy ones for quite a long time. And we just, I will sum it up, Kim. We need some balance. That's the stop. That's the come on, give me some balance. So find that trust in you that you can dig into these. Dive into, I guess, these sweet experiences and memories and emotions. And I'm going to guess that you do that for about 15 minutes a day, and eventually that stuff's going to start manifesting and showing up in places in your life. And you're probably going to grow the 15 minutes
to little memories throughout the whole entire day, like just pop in your brain.
Yeah.
I love this.
Whew. And a right side healing as a bonus.
Yep.
Or partial healing, or who knows. Right? Well, cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you, everyone, for listening. Enjoy your summers.
Oh, yes.
And we will talk with you
whenever. We'll see.
Thanks for listening. Okay.